Hey there, neighbor. Welcome back to the Neighbors Pod.
I forgot to talk.
That's okay.
What's up, guys?
We are your hosts. This is Janina talking.
Julia.
Haley.
And welcome back for another episode. Honestly, there was some major life news that we have to catch you up on.
We have a crazy update for everyone.
We're just going to get right into it. I'm engaged now. If you're watching.
You probably just throw it up all the way in.
Yeah. Well, we can put a nice picture that we took.
For our listeners, Janina got engaged this past weekend.
Yeah. I was very surprised. And obviously I was crying. Come on now. If you know me, I cry for anything.
Wait, can we do a whole story? You could keep out like private parts, but you should do a little story.
Yeah.
Okay. So, story time. It was our 5-year anniversary on the day that my then boyfriend, now fiance, proposed to me. So I was already, mind you, it was the day that Bridgerton season 3 came out. So best believe I was, I'm setting the scene.
Yes.
So I was getting ready for our little anniversary dinner because I knew that we were going out somewhere nice. So I was like, okay, I gotta look nice too. So just watching Bridgerton while I'm getting ready, fresh everything, shower, hair's nice and clean, lotion on, makeup full beat done, hair curled, outfit so cute. He goes to me, do you want your gift now or later? And I was like, well, obviously now. I'm not going to willingly wait till later. Are you crazy?
I fear I would have said later. I feel like I would have said later.
Nah.
Was there a party that thought, oh, maybe later?
No.
Really?
You were like immediately, yes.
Yeah, if you're offering me a gift, I want it now.
Okay.
Like, no silly questions. I feel like he knew that too, because he was like, okay, bet. Like, it's happening.
Yeah.
So he asked me to stand like in the apartment and just close my eyes, and I was like, okay, like big gift, gotta close the eyes so you can get it ready. So cute. Me closing my eyes right now telling the story. So he gets it all set up. He puts our dog in our room because our dog started going crazy. And then he says, open your eyes. And I open my eyes and there's a nice little picture. First nice photo together. It's also from the day that he asked me to be his girlfriend 5 years ago. He hand sketched it. It was supposed to be my first birthday gift from him. And it just never felt done. So he never gave it to me. And I always was like, okay, but I want it still. I'm waiting for it. I just want it in a nice frame so I can just look at it every day. And so I open my eyes and it's that picture, that same sketch. And on top of it, he added, will you marry me? And it's in a nice frame. So he remembered. It's the little things that matter. So I'm crying. I process all of that. I'm just crying. I turn around and I see him there. He's down on one knee, ring box in hand. And he asks, will you marry me? Because that was another one of my requirements. I was like, you have to ask. Like,
duh.
Like, obviously. But I didn't think he would, like, do the picture thing. I didn't know how he was going to propose to me. Okay. I was very shocked. Not, like, shocked, but I was surprised. And not that I knew it was coming, but I said, spring, summer is fair game. Like, just wait till the weather's nice. And I think we mentioned it in one of our previous episodes, but it has been super rainy here. And it was like the first nice week that we had. And it was like, I guess he was like, boom, it's go time. Anniversary, nice week, check, check, check. Like, perfect way to just slide it in there without anything being suspicious. Because that was the other thing. Like, I kind of wanted it to be at the beach selfishly, but we didn't even go to the beach together last summer. So I would have been waiting for it on a beach trip.
Oh, I see.
Or, like, anytime we went out for dinner, I would have started to wait for it and to expect it. So I'm glad that he was still able to catch me off guard and surprise me in that way. Because being that it was our anniversary, like, there was going to be some sort of gift that I was getting, but I was not expecting it to be my fucking proposal. Ring details. It's a princess cut ring. I have a small finger, so
Her fingers are so small. I tried to put it on and it fit my pinky.
Yeah. And it's got a nice little, like, diamond band, and part of it, like, curves to the points, and another part, like, keeps going straight. So that's, like, really cool. And that's what I wanted. I was like, I want it to be gold, number one, simple, but also elegant and different, because that is me to a T. I feel like I'm pretty easygoing, but I'm also very different. Like, I'm not basic, but yeah, so that was our little story. And then we went out for dinner at Maggiano's and we had a really good time. And now I'm engaged.
So crazy.
It's wild.
Please do
still
not give me
shock
wedding
you?
advice.
Ugh,
Why? You don't want the submit it in our submission box?
No, not right now.
I'm kidding.
Unless I come on here one day and I'm bitching about something related to like wedding planning, I do not want advice. Like, I don't even, we're already thinking like it's probably 2 years out.
Yeah.
So I'm not even like hardcore thinking about wedding planning. I'm like, this is the only summer I can actually enjoy being engaged. So I
Yeah.
want to freaking enjoy being engaged.
You'll enjoy it next summer too, I think.
I'll be stressful with,
Yeah, but
with
it's
wedding
exciting
planning.
at the same. It's stressful, but it's exciting, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the major life update.
That's the
And
big news.
thus bringing us to our topic for today, engagement horror stories. Ooh.
Not to turn it on, everyone. This is from the woman's point of view.
Oh.
Really? You got other ones?
Yeah.
I love my fiance so much. How am I supposed to get over his, quite frankly, shitty proposal? We got engaged a little over a year ago. I've tried to tame my disappointment. I've cried in secret. I've done everything, except for therapy, to try and get over it, and I can't. We were driving 45 minutes away from home, and my car's tire blew with our son in the car. I handled everything appropriately, got us somewhere safe, bought new tires, the works. Afterward, we went to go look for something to eat, and he told me to just choose wherever. I looked around and was disappointed by my first choice, so I just picked Denny's.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Oh, the dude comes around to the driver's seat while I'm still seated and proposes to me in the Denny's parking lot. I'm stressed. Wallet $600 lighter, and I don't even like Denny's. I'm not dressed up. My nails aren't done. There was no planning or romance. Seemed like a business deal. I said yes, but I feel like I should have said no, and I regret it every day. He told me that the way I handled the immense stress made it clear to him that he wanted to be with me forever. But if he already bought the ring, he already knew that, and I feel like the proposal was used to de-stress the situation, and instead it made it worse. I love him, that's why I said yes, but this event haunts me to my core. I never dreamed of an expensive wedding, but I've always dreamed of a romantic proposal. I didn't need it to be expensive or flashy. I just wanted something that was made for me. Denny's is his favorite restaurant. A walk on the beach, a fancy restaurant, a romantic home event. I got Denny's on concrete. Maybe I'm just seeking validation. I don't know. It's just not getting better. I'm not a needy person, never have been, but the lack of effort on one of the biggest days of my life is destroying my view of my fiance. Sorry for the stuttering, non-end stuttering at the end, you guys.
Yikes.
That's hard.
You know what threw me off? The fact that she said, I wanted to say no in the moment. Because it's like, if you felt, I mean, she did flip it around saying that she loves him and wanted to.
Mm-hmm. But
Thoughts?
you can't blame her.
No, I don't blame her at all.
I don't really blame her. Because you can, I don't know. It depends the type of person you are. But, like, if you're, like, if you have that dynamic, you're like, no, I want to redo. Like, she could do that. She could say, no, I want this to be better. Like, my standards are higher than this.
There was an edit to this at the top, and it said, because I guess all the comments were saying, you gotta, like, tell him how you feel about it, whatever.
Well, yeah.
And I guess she did tell him, and she said they hugged it out.
What?
Doesn't really change. Maybe after that conversation, he redid it.
I hope it meant something to him because it said Denny's was his favorite restaurant.
But she was saying that she felt that he did it just to diffuse
That's
the
horrible.
situation.
That's really bad.
To diffuse what situation though?
Like,
was
They
he
had a
gonna
stressful
propose?
day.
Like the tire blew out. It kind of ruined their night. They ended up at Denny's.
That shouldn't just be like, hey, let's get married.
Yeah.
Turn this mood around.
Because she said that he
Yeah.
must have he was grateful of how she handled the situation, which is why he wanted to marry her.
But she said he had the ring before, so why is
Exactly.
he using that as
No.
the excuse?
Maybe that moment he was like, that's it. That's my wife.
I can't wait any minute longer.
No, I'm sorry. I'm with her on this. Even if it was a stressful day, you go home after dinner, you tell her to go take a fat shower or bath, and you pull out all the candles, you stop and you get freaking roses and you put the petals out, and then you ask her when she comes out.
Yeah.
That is way more romantic than fucking Denny's. Are we kidding?
Yeah, I think Denny's was the mistake.
Like, and
In the parking lot.
Also,
Yeah.
like, why would you remember the day you got engaged, so why would you want to remember such a stressful day?
Yeah, true that.
yeah, I just told you the details of my day. Like, that was so chill and relaxing. Like, that was such a me day. And then he just topped it off by asking me to marry him. Like, crazy.
Have you seen the videos I feel like it is at a Denny's, like I've seen memes where they'll put like the ring inside the pancake or something like that?
Yeah.
Get out of here. I don't want my shit in a pancake. No.
They go out for dessert. It's in the cake.
But have you, on the flip side, have you seen those dinners and it's like a chocolate orb and it kind of, they pour something over and it melts and then the ring is in the center? That's okay.
I also don't want that.
At least it's not getting covered in chocolate.
The ring doesn't have to be involved with food at all. Who wants to put their diamond in chocolate?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Also, depending on like who the guy is that's asking, like my fiance is so shy, I could never see him proposing to me in a restaurant. That's like his worst nightmare, I think.
And some people don't like that on the receiving end.
Yeah, I don't think I would enjoy that attention.
Yeah.
It can be loud.
So I definitely agree with her. Like, the only thing that would have made my proposal way like better, just not even like way better, just better, was if there was candles and rose petals that he was able to magically set out in like a minute that he tells me to close my eyes.
I smell that.
Right? Like, that's the only way that it could have been better. So there's a way to do it at home and still have it be super thoughtful and romantic in your own way. Like, I agree with her.
Okay. The title is Something Doesn't Sit Right With Me Being Proposed with His Dead Wife's Ring.
Oh.
My fiance and I have been dating for 2 years. He honestly has been the best boyfriend and support in my life. My fiance has been married before, but his wife unfortunately passed away due to someone driving under the influence. Not the past wife. Someone else killed his wife. My fiance and fiance's family both described her as an amazing woman who is basically a saint. Sometimes I feel like I'm compared to her and even get comments from my fiance's family members that I look and sound like her. It sometimes makes me a little uncomfortable because I'm not her replacement. I always knew that my fiance kept some of her belongings, including her engagement and wedding ring, and I've always been okay with it, but I never expected him to actually propose to me with her ring.
Ooh.
When he proposed, he organized a family picnic to announce my pregnancy, and honestly, I'd never seen a picnic so fancy before. Everything was perfect. My and his family were both there, but when he proposed, I saw the ring he chose was his deceased wife's ring, and I was a little taken back. I hesitated before I said yes, and his sisters and mom noticed. Later on, his sisters and mom questioned me about it as if they were some kind of interrogators. And I was honest. I told them I felt a little uncomfortable being proposed to with his deceased wife's ring. I felt that it belonged to her and not to me. They told me that my fiance wanted to pick a meaningful ring and nothing spoke to him but his deceased wife's ring. I answered back saying that I would have been happy with any ring, even if it was a freaking ring pop candy, but something doesn't sit right with me being proposed to with his dead wife's ring.
That's so weird. I agree with her. I would not. That literally belonged to your previous wife that you intended to spend the rest of your life with. Had she still been alive, you wouldn't have even been proposing to her. Your new wife deserves a new ring. I'm so sorry.
Obviously, that love is still.
Yeah, I understand the sentiment of the boy's perspective. I feel like it's similar to passing an heirloom down.
Yeah.
Because it was such a big part of his life and he wants this new wife to be part of his future. But I don't know how I would personally feel in this situation. I'd be probably weirded out too. And I don't think it was right for the sister and mom to like interrogate her. Like, obviously that's a weird thing to experience.
Yeah. And it's funny even that the sister and mom didn't even question it.
Yeah.
Because you'd think that the sister would be like, brother, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
And then he could have at least like reworked the ring.
Yeah.
He could have taken the diamond out and had it reset into a different thing. Like, if that part, how would you feel about that?
I think that'd be okay.
Would you still be like, oh, he could have got a new ring?
Well, like, I mean, if it meant so much to him, I mean, obviously if you're dating this guy and you respect him as a human, you respect him as an adult, like, you're gonna know that his wife was a big part of his life, obviously. Yeah. So I'd kind of admire that he still respects that part in his life, so I wouldn't be offended if he reworked the ring.
Okay, yeah.
And made it different to fit this new part of his life. But I think it's weird to use the same ring because she feels like she's like the replacement.
Yeah.
That part was weird.
Saying
Yeah.
they look alike.
Yeah. I feel like he's trying to relive that chapter of his life through her.
Yeah.
Instead of embracing the new chapter with her.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's really bad.
Like
feeling like a rebound? Damn.
not even rebound, replacement.
Yeah. Like Avril Lavigne.
Oh my god.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nuts. I mean,
I wish I could see the ring.
I know. I wish all of these had pictures.
Yeah, I mean, with all the ring options there are nowadays, I feel like he didn't even try.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different companies out here offering engagement rings at a variety of prices. You could have picked one.
Yeah.
Any other ring. Like, it didn't even... Because she just said she would have been happy with any other ring. I feel like he didn't even try to look for another ring for her.
And I feel like if he was so connected to his deceased wife, he probably would have wanted to keep that ring safe.
Yeah.
I mean...
And, like, keep that part separate, maybe?
Yeah.
Because he's so associated to that.
I also feel like if he's that associated with her, is he actually ready to start a new marriage and a
God,
new
I
life
could never
with someone?
imagine that.
They said they were together for 2 years. I don't know. Long enough time. I wonder, and this is a personal question, how long it was from when the first wife passed away to when they started dating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of like what I mean too. Like, is he actually ready to start a new chapter of his life with someone, or is he still, is part of him still holding on to her? And not that that's wrong. It's just he's got to be honest, because his new wife is expecting 100% of him, and if he is only 70% in the relationship and 30% of him is with the previous wife still in some way, or if any part of him, like, and not even saying that he has to like fully like beat over it, 'cause I don't think that's like, you never get over your first love, and let alone your first marriage. Like, you were willing to see forever with this person, now they're gone. I don't think you ever recover from that, but part of you has to, like, it's got to be a chapter and you've turned the page. It feels like he's still in the chapter.
I'd be sick.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
I've got one. Okay. The story is, I was in Minnesota at the HHH Metrodome watching the Twins game with my dad. In between innings, they put a big "Will you marry me" sign on the huge electronic board and cut to a guy getting down on one knee. Everyone is applauding, oohing, and awing. And then we all notice something. She's shaking her head no.
Oh.
This guy got shot down and everyone in the stadium could see it. I really hope someone was able to make sure he got home all right, because I'm pretty sure he did not stay sober after that.
Oh my god.
I don't feel for him.
I don't feel for him either, because I don't think you can... How can you do something like that if you're not for sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh
probably
my
was
God.
like, oh, I'm going to lock her in because she's not going to say no in front of all these people. No, he deserved it. I don't know the man, but he deserved it.
Oh, poor guy.
No.
I don't know if he deserves it, but that's definitely rough.
He deserves it.
Well, what if they were together for 10 years?
Okay, then you should know that she doesn't want to be proposed to on a Jumbotron.
True. But you'd think that
But
despite
what if it's that she just didn't want to marry him?
I mean, that definitely was the case since she said no.
No.
But I don't know.
Like, what if it's nothing to do with the proposal? It was just everything to do with him, and then she said no.
Thing, that's a personal problem on his end. He should know that she didn't want to marry him. I
In
have
which
no
case-
sympathy.
Yeah. I don't know. There comes a certain point in the relationship, and it's like, we're either getting married
We're
or we're
in
not.
this or we're out.
Yeah.
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 Wait, so the dad was there too?
No. It was just,
It's just
Oh,
a
like, girl-
spectator wrote in.
Oh, okay.
Because, I mean, when you have a stadium's worth of people that see a rejection, someone's going to put it on the internet.
I don't really understand the benefit of proposing on a Jumbotron. Like, unless the couple has, like, a deep-rooted connection to the team,
I think
go somewhere else.
I was just at the Yankee game the other day, and they had that on the screen. You know how during the innings they have those flashes like, happy 60th birthday.
Yeah.
Congrats. One
Those
of
are
them was,
cute.
will you marry me?
Hate it.
But, you know, it flashed for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It's not enough time.
No.
It's gone. It's gone before the wife can even look up and realize it's there.
And, like, you propose in the third inning. You're there for another hour and a half just sitting there awkwardly. Like, no,
Maybe
I'm
they'll go
completely
get a
against
chicken
it.
bucket, a chicken tendy bucket.
The chicken tender buckets at Yankee Stadium were so good.
So fire. Maybe I'll be able to speak this time. All right. This is a recount from an account? A recount? Is that the right word? A recount? From a roommate of somebody that... So it's not the direct girl.
Ooh.
Okay. My housemate just told me of how one of her friends from home just got engaged. My housemate comes from a very religious community. I saw this one and I laughed from our previous episode. So anyway, they have their own shops, restaurants, their own college, etc. They even had their own high school, but it got shut down for a reason. That's irrelevant. Anyway.
A reason, but you won't know.
That's right. Anyway, the friend's fiance proposed to her 20 times over the course of 7 months. The church encouraged him to keep on harassing her, and the church shamed her into giving in. They told her that it was her duty as a woman to get married and to have children, and that she was getting old. She is 27. Eventually, the friend broke down and agreed to marry him. All of her female friends, her sister, and mother are trying to convince her to not go through with it, but she has made up her mind. They are getting married in April.
That's like 18 kids and counting.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Like when they're courting and it's like,
Yeah.
you court someone, you're getting married.
20 times.
And I'm really wondering, like... when I read that, I'm just imagining like a guy like glitching on the
How about now? That's horrible. I feel so bad for that girl.
Oh my god, that's absolutely
She needs
terrible.
to escape Amish.
I could totally see how the church would do that.
Yeah.
That's like the Handmaid's Tale.
Oh god.
Like you're not childbearing anymore. You're over.
Yeah, so old at 27, please.
That is horrible.
That is so bad. Oh, that poor girl.
And it stinks. At least her friends are telling her not to, and her mom is telling her. Oh,
Ugh,
man.
how dare the church shame a girl
How dare
for
they?
not wanting to get pregnant? How ironic.
Reasons why I am not religious.
That's what I'm saying.
Like go to church.
God, it's just problematic. That's all I'll
If
say.
God loves us all equally, He loves that I'm trying to put my career first. Come on now.
Go, girl, boss.
Here you go. He respects them, boss bitch.
He does. He made me perfectly in His image. Man made the universe in a whole 7 days. 6 days. You forgot the rest day.
You know the meme, and it's like going into the next year, like going into 2025, and it's the time lapse, and the girl is lifting up a book off the floor, and she's reading.
yeah.
She's like, you know what I'm talking about, Janina? Oh.
Oh.
Someone out there will know it. Hope that girl figures it out.
Sounds like she has no choice.
Yep.
Damn.
She should have a choice.
But then she's gonna live with resentment. Like the
Yeah.
church doesn't want people to be happy.
Or, like, if you force her into a marriage and they get divorced down the line, you're not gonna be happy about that either. So why force her into the marriage anyway?
Exactly.
But like, isn't divorce looked down upon in the church too?
yeah.
They call it an annul. You annul the marriage. They don't even use the word divorce because that's how much they don't like divorce. But yet you're also willing to force her into a marriage that she is not 100% sure about. So of course there's a higher chance that you'll have to have an annulment in the future for her.
Hope she figures it out.
Okay, my next one is I decided to propose to my girlfriend of 3 years on our 3rd anniversary.
Similar to me.
I hope not.
Oh.
I flew her to Vietnam, and after a couple weeks traveling, we ended up in Cambodia. She had wanted to see Angkor Wat, I don't know how to pronounce that, and some other temples that were on her bucket list.
Okay.
After a long day of hiking in the heat through ruins, we retired back to our hotel, and when we were together, I proposed and she said yes. When we were alone together, I proposed and she said yes. We kissed and I had planned to take her to the waterfall the next day to celebrate. It's really beautiful. She took a shower and I laid in bed thinking what an amazing day I just had and how I would get to spend the rest of my life with the woman I loved. When she came out of the shower, however, she was in tears. She handed me back the ring, saying she couldn't accept it because she didn't want her memory of my proposal to be in a hotel room.
No. I thought that sounded kind of fabulous.
It did.
He should have just waited till the waterfall, though.
Okay, but who is bringing a diamond to a waterfall? You guys aren't thinking logistically here.
Were they showered when he proposed?
Yeah.
Couldn't do it on the ruins then?
Maybe he just was nervous, like hiking with the ring. I don't know.
personally feel like a hotel proposal made sense in this situation.
I think it does too, but if she's that bothered by it, like, he couldn't have waited till the waterfall or, like, done it at one of the temples that meant so much to her. Like,
I guess she just didn't expect him, or he didn't expect her to care
react
about
like
it
that.
being in the hotel.
I think since they were going to all the places that were on her bucket list, she's probably upset that it happened at the hotel and not at places that she's like waited her whole life to see.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I can see that. For example, Paris has been on my bucket list for how long? If Alec and I were in Paris and he fucking proposed to me in our hotel room instead of the Eiffel Tower, bitch, I'm saying no, we're getting the cab and you're having a redo.
I don't think you would say no.
Probably not, but
Because in the grand scheme, like, you're on
Who
this...
cares? You're still on the
Yeah,
trip.
you're on this really nice trip. You're
Yeah.
spending time. And it's not like, oh, we're in the hotel right now. It's like...
You're in Paris.
Yeah.
it would only be worth it if and only if there's a secret photographer that can capture the moment.
Okay, that's true because that's one of mine to go. Like, I need someone to get pictures of what I'm being proposed to.
That wasn't on my list, but if you do want something like super ultra memorable like that, someone better be hiding in the bushes to get the picture.
What if he set up a timer camera on his iPhone?
Who?
I respect
The guy.
the
It's
husband.
still something, yeah. You can save your phone and take a video and just get screenshots and whatnot later. Like,
Okay.
I think the effort would be there. But yeah, I mean, because going on that, it's like, yeah, she's not gonna tell people she got engaged in a hotel. She's gonna say she got proposed to when she was in Cambodia. Like, who cares that it was at the hotel?
yeah.
You got to enjoy that moment privately and then still go out on your vacation. I don't know. It's weird to go reflecting in the shower and then give the ring back. You could say I'm upset. You don't have to say take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems harsh.
Yeah.
Like, you were still very willing to, like, spend the rest of your life with him. Like, is
Yeah.
it that much of a deal breaker? Not even a deal breaker, but, like,
I
she
can't
could be
believe
upset,
it.
but
I can't believe she came out of the shower and turned him away. Like, you already said yeah.
And, like, I wonder if he took her to the waterfall the next day. I feel bad for this guy. He would have never proposed on a Jumbotron.
Yeah.
But, like, had he waited the 12 extra hours to do it at the waterfall, it would have avoided that, too. Or to do it 12 hours earlier at the temple.
Yeah, I think he could have done it on one of her bucket list items.
I think so, too, but it's still nice. It also depends on the kind of hotel. If it's a 5-star, like, luxury hotel, that hotel is still beautiful.
Who cares?
Like,
Even if it's a hostel, like, I don't know, it's just like part of the story. I think it's fun. I think the girl's in the wrong for this one. I do. You're still on a vacation with the love of your life, and you're gonna be mad.
Yeah. I had an instructor, and she was on vacation with her boyfriend, and she said the whole trip she was expecting him to do it, like, everywhere they went, basically, like, because they went to a super nice dinner one of the nights. She was like, this is a night it's probably gonna happen, and he did it in the hotel.
Aww.
But she said she wasn't mad about it, because I think she said she didn't want it to be in a restaurant in front of people, but in that situation, the same thing. It's like, okay, it went differently than you expected, but you still
But at
treasured
least
the
it was
moment.
a surprise, too.
Yeah.
and talk about different than expected, because I am, like, that inner romantic person, and I would have wanted something grand and, like, a secret photographer and blah, blah, blah. But I'm also very happy with how it happened, and I can't picture Alec doing that. That's not his personality at all, to be like, we're in the middle of this beautiful thing, I'm gonna get someone to go hide over there so I can ask her. Like, that's not him at all. So I feel like maybe her fiance wasn't like that either, and, like, needed it to be a private, just them, casual setting. You can always go celebrate it after. We never left, so I have a long one. I'm gonna blind react to it with you because I saw it was long and just screenshotted it and then left. So I was in college. I had been casually sleeping with / partying with one young fellow. He showed up at my house drunk at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. He is quite good looking, but when he was on his way to see me when my roommate ended up distracting him. Anywho, I came out of my room, parentheses, townhouse, comma, 6 girls in one house, close parentheses. So she comes out of her room and finds him standing there, and her roommate soberly is trying to seduce his drunk ass. So she joins their little party. He ends up drunkenly taking my hand in his. He looks deep into my eyes, and I can still see the hopefulness and just the glow he had. He proposed and said, "Hey, we should have a baby." To which I said, "Fuck no." It was Christmas time, and my roommates and I had hung paper snowflakes from the kitchen ceiling. So he says, if I can kick that snowflake, we're gonna have a baby. The snowflake is about 7 feet off the ground. He tries once and fails, then figures, hey, it's because I have shoes on. So he takes off his shoes, tries to jump from the counter and spin mid-air, and fails miserably. Taking his shoes off was a terrible idea. He slipped on the I'm confused. Was that for proposal story? Just drunk idiot trying to hit snowflakes off? Sorry, there's only like 2 more sentences and it doesn't get better. So he fails miserably. Taking his shoes off the counter was a terrible idea. He slipped on the counter and fell and hit his head on the fridge. There was blood, and I told him that he should never procreate.
This sounds like a girl that's never been flirted with before and thinks this story is a lot more than it was.
Yeah.
This guy sounds so insufferable. Get out of my house.
Literally.
Fuck? She said he was bleeding.
It's from 13 years ago, too. Like, how did this make it? How did it make it high enough up in my SEO from today?
That was horrible.
That was awful. Okay,
Maybe we should read them before.
I have another one lined up because I had read the first 2 and then just took a guess on that one. So here's an actual one. Oh, this one's funny. So we'll end it on a funny note. I had gotten the ring and was thinking about the logistics of where in our apartment I could hide it that she wouldn't stumble across it. I wanted to make it a big presentation out of the whole thing and was trying to come up with a good plan. My mom was with me at the time because I value her opinions when it comes to jewelry, and she said, sometimes it's more memorable to make an average moment special than to make an event out of it. Sorry. So when I got home, I started changing clothes, and my girlfriend came home. I dropped down on one knee and gave her the box. She lost it. That's when I realized I hadn't put pants on yet. Do you imagine your fiance is, I don't even know, like, I feel like he's definitely got to be nervous.
Yeah.
But he just didn't put pants on.
Wait, so he was in his parents' house pantless?
No. He was in their apartment and was, like, asking his mom for her opinion. She left. I guess some time passes by. Then his girlfriend comes home. Like, I'm going to assume he's off of work for the day to get it ready. And he's like, Mom, what the fuck do I do? I'm freaking out right now. And so Mom gets him in shape and is like, just do it, okay? Like, it's going to feel right in the moment. And then leaves. And so then the girlfriend comes home. And he is so excited that she's home that he just drops down on one knee and he asks her right there and he gives her the box. But she loses it because he doesn't have pants on. And I want to know if it's lose it like she busts out laughing or she's fucking pissed that he's not wearing pants.
Yeah.
I would be laughing.
I hope she's laughing.
That's so funny.
But, like, why?
You're so eager to propose and so nervous about it that you just forgot to put pants
stupid.
on.
Man moment.
That's what I'm saying. I'd be laughing.
Why don't you just look in the mirror? Just people
That'd
don't do
common
that.
sense. If this guy's like quirky funny, I think it's a cute story.
Yeah.
But if he's just an idiot, I'd be like, no, I'm not marrying you, you idiot.
I could totally see that both ways.
I don't think he's stupid because he was trying to find a good hiding spot. I feel like it was just nerves.
Then
Or
that's
like
a cute-
nerves
that
and
can be a
eagerness
cute
mixed.
story.
Yeah. Like, I envision him. He was changing clothes. Okay, so he was changing clothes and the girlfriend came home. So he was just so eager and excited to get it, to ask her to get it done.
Okay.
And he just forgot to put pants on.
Oh,
That's so funny.
I think that's kind of funny.
I would have just laughed my ass off while I'm crying and say yes, but fucking look at yourself right now.
I would be like, hey, can you just like put some pants on?
Yes to you and your future pants. I don't know. Maybe Maybe I'm laughing because I feel like Alec could have been that nervous. I'm like, imagine he's like getting ready for dinner. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, I gotta ask her now. And it's like, babe, your pants are missing.
Forgetting something?
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was funny, so I had to share.
That is funny.
Poor
But
guy.
could you
Oh,
imagine
man.
getting proposed to you and your freaking boyfriend / future fiance is pantless?
I was just gonna go back off what you said before. Like, it could be funny depending on the person.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if they're the type of girl that like has dreamed their whole life of getting proposed to a certain way, then all of these stories collectively suck. But like, I personally have never visualized a proposal, so I feel like most of these I could find a way to laugh about. But there's some
Okay.
people that like are born in the ice cream trucks here.
I know. I heard it.
There's some people that like their whole life is getting engaged and getting married.
It's not my whole life, but I definitely am like, just picture like the most princessy thing
Yeah.
you could, and that's what I want always. But it's also the thought that counts at the end of the day too, and I think that has more value in general.
Yeah.
Like, thought and carefulness will always beat anything else out. But imagine, okay, so let's go back to your previous story with the hotel proposal. Imagine he didn't have pants on. It's over for him.
I just know that guy would have had his pants on. I'm really rooting for him.
He definitely did have his pants on. For sure. It would have made it into the story if it didn't.
Yeah, fair.
But if it was that sort of scenario, I could totally see her being like, no, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I should have checked the comments to see if
Yeah.
she said yes.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't
I wonder if
say.
all these people are still happily married.
I know. Some of the ones I saw on Reddit, they were telling a bad story, but then they're like, but we've been married for 15 years, something like that.
Now I have an engagement party to plan.
You got
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of things to
I got
plan.
lots of things to plan.
It's so much work being a girl.
I know.
Gotta
The man
do it
just
all.
shows up.
Uh-huh.
No, but see, that's where I'll be different. I'll be like, okay, like, it's still about you. Like, as much as it is, like, a
Yeah.
lot about me, it's still about you, too. So, as long, like, you need to be happy with everything that's going on, too.
That's
Yeah.
So, I
true.
will force him to be as involved as he wants to be. Because my one friend that's engaged right now, her and her fiance are, like, co-planning it together. Like, they're totally shouldering it through
That's
it together.
nice.
She's not just like doing everything by herself, which is really nice. But another one of my friends, I think, like, well, first of all, she's getting married later this year, and she's like, yeah, everything's done. I'm like, okay, that's really
Queen.
nice. Like, you were definitely on top of all that from A to Z.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like, to each their own. Like, each couple does it their own way.
What a
Yeah.
relief to have it done, though. And then you just chill all the way up into it.
Mm-hmm.
Genie, that could be you.
It
That
will
could be.
be her.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if everything's done by next summer.
That'd be great.
Then I have 2 summers to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Literally. Oh, it's so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
If any of you guys at home have
Engagement stories, write them in.
yeah, wedding lore, bridezilla stories, please. I want to react to all of it.
That'd be funny.
Mm-hmm. Write it in, folks. You heard it here first.
Or tell us what your dream engagement looks like.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
That could be fun.
So before we go, be sure to follow us on our social media. TikTok at The Neighbors Pod, Instagram at theneighbors.pod. We're also on Threads too. What else do we have? YouTube, The Neighbors Pod.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Think so?
Yeah. Spotify and Apple. Follow us where you listen to your podcasts. Give us
Obviously.
a rating. It helps us a lot more than you know.
Mm-hmm. And don't be afraid to use our anonymous submission form link in Instagram bio.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we'll see you next week. Bye. Bye, neighbor.
neighbor.
See ya.